Hi, I'm Rob. I make you better, that's what I do. So if you're a tour pro, and you want to get better, what kind of choices and options do you have? If you go to any other swing guru, they're going to teach you the same shit everybody else teaches you, probably with a different name. So you're not going to get better. I guess you get more confused because they're changing names. So, and if you look at golf instruction overall, it shows that 99% will never reach scratch handicap and 90% will never reach single handicap level skill. So as a tour pro, you probably want to be more accurate, have better dispersion rate and such. So why don't you, make a different choice here, a better option. Come to Sweden, play with this guy Hans, you see here on YouTube, swinging. He has the best golf swing mechanic in the world, and I'm the guy who developed it. It will allow you to have better dispersion. It will allow you to swing more natural, that people can't teach you in modern golf. Because they teach you to swing unnaturally. They don't know that. That means that you're going to develop a lot of bad habits. You maybe get some injury along the way in your lower back or knee or foot or wrist or such. Yeah, a lot of problems with modern golf. Amateurs lack distance, and the reason why is because, the modern golf group, because people teach them that means they develop so many bad habits, so they lose, give or take, 60 meters from tee. That is what modern golf is teaching people. When you're a tour pro, you probably doesn't like distance. Maybe you want some extra, but what you really want is that extra consistency in margin of error. So when you go play, and here's the funny thing about it, it just works. So the swing doesn't change. When you're playing nowadays, you're probably going to have, your iron's kind of off, a little bit thin, a little bit thick, your driver a little bit off, you struggle to keep the ball in play, and you don't know what's wrong. A few years back I was watching Morikawa, pretty good player. He was in the lead on Sunday, and then suddenly he hit balls from fairway, all over the place, lost the tournament. 2 months later, same thing happened. And here's the thing, the reaction he had was pretty typical. He hit the ball, he looked at the ball, turned to his caddy, and he had this puzzled look in his face. He just didn't know what happened. The ball just, and I was like, and he looked down in the grass, it's just a fairway. He looks at his caddy kind of, and then what does he do? Well, he go back to his swing guru, whatever that might be, and they can't fix it. So you know that's true too. Maybe you trust them to fix it when they can't. I have this tester. He's told me he spent 5 years. He went to 12 different PGA gurus. They have all the same education behind them. He spent tons of money, energy, lessons for 5 years. And it just didn't work. They had TrackMan, they had video, and they told him every time, man, that swing is good. But it just didn't work. And after 5 years and 12 teachers, he got the message, this doesn't work. He found me and he told me all this stuff, and he said, send me your swing. I looked at it, well, you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Couldn't all those 12 PGA gurus, and they couldn't. So if you're a tour pro, do yourself a nice thinking. What should I, get going to get, better at this game? To do what everybody else is doing on tour? Or maybe someone else like, this guy has developed the best golf swing mechanic in the world. Go play with the guy you see here on YouTube. Pay him, learn from him, ask him. And you will learn things you didn't know about the golf game that no one else in the world can teach you in golf. Because people, they believe in things that's not true. Because people have the assumption that, they must know what they're doing because they're teaching tour pro, they're getting paid a lot of money. I'm like, that's not how it works. If you know, think about it, 150 years ago, you had a doctor telling other doctors, all you need to do to lower the death rate of newborn babies. Newborn babies, in some places it was like 50%. So if your wife going into labor, the baby had 50% chance to die in many hospitals. The reason was because they didn't wash their hands between patients, because they didn't know about virus and bacteria. When one doctor had a place with a midwife, they run an experiment and they show that if you wash your hands between each patient, the death rate of newborn babies go straight down to around 1%. Basically the same number we have today in modern world with modern medicine. Now, when he was telling all his colleagues, who were doctors also, that all they need to do to, was to wash their hands, do you think they would say, okay, let's test that, let's implement that? No, they didn't. They fired his ass, discredited him. He provided evidence. You see the guy swinging here on YouTube. He has the best golf swing mechanic. No one in the world can explain except me. But everybody else would tell you, or either a lady or a man will tell you it can't be true because, but it's still true. So if you're a true do yourself a service, think about this, make a better choice. Or you can do it like Luke Donald did, Number 1 in the world, I need more distance, went to a different swing guru, lost his game and career. I think if you look at his swing, he has no power there. I know why. It's very obvious, by the way. If you don't, it's very easy to fix also. But you have to understand if all those PGA gurus can't fix it, but I can. Maybe there is something here.